Okay, I propose we get started. So I will do something which, I'm a bit of a Hitler when it comes to time management, so I'm going to try and stick to the time schedule. Just a confirmation from the technical people, we are okay and we're recording. All right, cool. So, hello everyone. Thank you for attending. My name is Anthony Papavasiliou, and we are in the Iceberg interim workshop. So, I'm going to spend a few minutes to talk about the ERC as a funding scheme and also the Iceberg project. The ERC is the premier European funding organization for excellent frontier research, and for any of you who might be interested to pursue it in the future, there's three PI-centric sources of types of grants. One is the starting grant, and Iceberg belongs to this category. And then, and this one is for academics who have 7 or fewer years since their PhD. There's the consolidated grant, which is for intermediate academics that are between 7 and 12 years since obtaining their PhD, and advanced grants, which are for senior academics who have 12 or more years of experience since obtaining their PhD. The ERC is under the, what happened? Thank you. So the ERC falls under the Excellent Science pillar, which is the first pillar of Horizon 2020. I'm referring to Horizon 2020 because that's the funding scheme under which Iceberg was funded, but of course there's the new version of that. And again, it's split into pillars, and again, ERC falls under the Excellent Science pillar. Just to get a sense of how many of these grants are given around. So in 2023, there were 400 grantees all over Europe who received 628 million euro. That's 400 grantees over the full domain of sciences and humanities. So the funding scheme is quite competitive. Just an indicator is that NTUA has been awarded one ERC grant in the history of the funding scheme. That's a bit an indication of how competitive the grant is, but also maybe the fact that NTUA could do better in this front. And then the Systems Engineering Panel, which is Panel 7, awarded 13 starting grants in 2022 throughout Europe. Going into Iceberg in particular, the topic of the proposal is scalable optimization of power systems with flexible demand and renewables. The total funding of the grant is 1.5 million euro. The project started in October 2021, is meant to last for 5 years. And the reason we are here today is to showcase the what we have achieved essentially midway into the project. So there was a interim presentation foreseen, and that's why we are here today. The idea of the project is to essentially develop solutions in operations research and electricity market design that enable the large-scale integration of renewable resources with the mobilization of demand-side resources. And the project is built on 4 pillars, essentially. The first one is a kind of hierarchical organization of power system operations, but in a way that is compatible with existing wholesale electricity markets. There's an important element of uncertainty, but also there's a notion of value functions, this hierarchical design that is meant to deal both with uncertainty, but also the fact that different layers of power grids interface in almost radial ways, and that motivates a point of view based on value functions for approaching the organization of the system. There is an aspect of developing test beds for TSO-DSO coordination and the analysis of real-time operations and balancing market design. and there is a work stream on implementing parallel algorithms in high-performance computing infrastructure that enables scalable solutions that can cope in real-world systems. The team, so it's a bit of a particular situation with this grant because I started executing it essentially midway from transitioning from Belgium to Greece. So I'm going to take this moment to express my deep gratitude to the colleagues in Belgium who kept the momentum of the project, and I'm going to talk about them with very proud words in a few moments, and also to the Greek team that has helped me set up a functional research and teaching unit in Athens. So the UC Louvain side of the team consists of Daniela Villa, who is a postdoc, Jehum Cho, who's also a postdoc, and will soon be a faculty in the Netherlands, Nicolas Stevens, which is still a PhD, but soon to be graduating, and Jacques Cartevels, who is also a PhD, but soon to be graduating. And then on the Greek side, specific thanks to Dimitris and Efthimis, who were instrumental in helping set up in Greece, both of them seasoned experts in our area. So both of them are attached to the project as research associates, and I'm very excited to welcome two new PhD students in the team, Ranze Jun and Marilena Zambara, who are already up and running, and you will have an opportunity to see their work in the next couple of days. I'm also happy to report that our team has, despite this transition, exceeded expectations in terms of academic output. We've generated 15 journals midway into the project, which was kind of the goal that we had set for the full project, and also in outlets that we consider top quality. So in the domain of operations research, we have one publication in operations research, which is the premier OR journal. In the domain of energy economics, we have publications in energy economics, utilities policy, energy policy, and the Journal of Regulatory Economics. And in the domain of engineering, we have publications in IEEE transactions on power systems, IEEE transactions on energy markets, policy and regulation, and IEEE transactions on smart grid. This is the list of publications that have gone through so far, and we're very excited for the second leg of the project with the momentum that we already have to keep up this pace. Now, a few words beyond the iceberg project about our group in Athens. So, what is it that our team does? We work on solutions for integrating renewables as much as possible in electric power systems, and doing that also by mobilizing flexible resources, especially demand response. So this puzzle here indicates to you the types of applications that we focus on. So resource scheduling essentially refers to short-term operations of power systems, in particular unit commitment and real-time operation. We have, and to do this, we develop expertise in parallel computing, which allows us to tackle problems of large scale that cope with uncertainty in the framework of stochastic programming. That's more the methodologies that we focus on, but the applications themselves target deep integration of renewables, deep integration of demand response, and developing a market design that can support all of this. This slide also lists a set of organizations that have been pivotal in allowing us to build a robust team. So, of course, the ERC belongs here, but special thanks are also due to ENGIE, which was very important source of funding in my first steps in Belgium. The European Commission through, for example, Isidoros is here, who has coordinated a fever project, which was an important support for our team. While still in Belgium, the CREG that gave us important directions in the early days in Belgium, and the Bodo Psyche Foundation and the Frankie Foundation, who have also provided moral and financial support. In addition to academic excellence, we pursue engagement with industry. So we work quite closely with SDAC and ACER on various aspects of European market design, the Euphemia labs, the co-optimization of energy and reserves, and non-uniform pricing. In other European markets, in Belgium, for instance, on the implementation of dynamic reserve dimensioning and scarcity pricing. In Sweden, the implementation of scarcity pricing and reserve dimensioning on networks. In Greece, the analysis of the balancing market under the target model. proposals for scarcity pricing and pricing in non-interconnected islands, and on behalf of German think tanks on the comparison of CRMs and scarcity pricing, but also beyond Europe, if you consider it beyond Europe, the UK on the optimization of energy and reserves, in Colombia, the analysis of self-dispatch versus centralized scheduling, the prototyping of a power exchange algorithm in India, and the review of the pricing algorithm in Israel. Beyond industry engagement, I want to highlight another direction that we've put a lot of energy into in the recent years, which is the development of a functional teaching program in electricity markets, energy economics, and optimization at the National Technical University of Athens. So the material for various courses in the curriculum of NTUA has been completely revamped. This includes power system economics at the bachelor and master level, energy economics at the bachelor and master's level, the power systems reliability course, and a course in mathematical programming. This has also been supported by the development of teaching material, in particular a book published by Cambridge University Press and Kritiki Publishing House in Greek, which in English is titled Optimization Models in Electricity Markets. And also we've been uploading all our lectures for these courses on YouTube, so anyone can access them. In addition, particular thanks here to Daniela Villa, who has helped our team a lot to migrate the parallel computing models and algorithms that we developed at the Telemetric cluster of UC Leuven to the ARIS supercomputer in GRNet, which allows our team to consolidate a competitive advantage as a group that can simulate realistic scale systems and develop parallel algorithms for doing this efficiently. I want to thank the speakers who have taken the time to join us here today, and I'm very proud about the set of panelists that have agreed to present in the conference today. There will be 4 panelists, and then sessions in between where our group and other groups in the same area will have the chance to present on topics related to the theme of the project. So we are here. I am about to wrap up the welcome and presentation of the ICEBERG project. The first plenary is Michael Karamanis from Boston University, who's the gentleman in the front, huge name in our area, and he will talk to us about market-based reserve planning under predominantly uncertain renewable generation. That will be until 11:15. Then we'll take 15 minutes to set up for the first session, which will run until 1:30 p.m. today on optimization under uncertainty, where Jehum Cho, who's currently with UC Leuven but soon will be in the Netherlands, will present on exact mixed integer programming approach for chance-constrained multi-area reserve sizing. Daniela Villa, currently at UC Leuven, will talk about applying high-performance computing to the European Resource Adequacy Assessment. And Marlena Zambara, who's with NTUA, will talk about capacity expansion planning under uncertainty, subject to expected energy not served constraints. We will then take a lunch break for an hour, and then move on to the second plenary. Another proud addition to our schedule is Thanasis Dagoumas, who is the president of RAI and the professor at the University of Piraeus, who will talk about main challenges of the European electricity market design and consumers' place, engaging consumers in energy regulation. And we will wrap up the session today with a session on balancing markets, which will run until 5 p.m. Dimitris Hadjigiannis from NTUA will talk about interactions between imbalance settlement and system security in cross-border balancing. And Jacques Kartovils will talk about adders and real-time markets for reserve in integrated European balancing markets. And that will wrap up day 1. Then moving to day 2, we start with coffee at 8:30 until 9. Plenary number 3, another proud addition to our schedule is Alex Papalexopoulos from ECO International, who will talk about the emerging multi-tier hierarchical energy market architecture suitable for the energy transition, challenges, and potential solutions. And then we will have a session on TSO-DSO coordination starting tomorrow at 10:15 until 12:15, where Ranza Jun from NTUA will talk about distribution locational marginal pricing under generation and network scarcity conditions. inspired very much by Michael's work on the topic. Kentan Lete, who's currently with ETH Zurich, but will soon be a professor at UC Louvain, will talk about flexibility activation with direct load control in distribution grids. And Eftimis Karagilos from NTUA and ULiège will talk about grid-aware flexibility aggregation for zonal balancing markets. Another lunch break until 1:30 p.m. And then we enter the last plenary of the conference. Another proud addition to our schedule is Sakis Meliopoulos, professor at Georgia Tech, who will talk about from automation to autonomy, infrastructure for intelligent protection, control, optimization, and operations. And our final session on market design, which will run until 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. Marco Pavesi from Acer will present a very interesting, in my opinion at least, study that we concluded with Acer on the welfare benefits of co-optimizing energy and reserves. Nicolas Stevens from UC Louvain will talk about advantages of convex hull pricing for the European electricity auction. And Panagiotis Andrianessis from Boston University and recently a professor at MINPA PSL will talk about computation of convex hull prices in electricity markets with non-convexities using Danzig-Wolf decomposition, where he's done work with some stellar colleagues, including Michael, but also Bill Hogan from Harvard and Dimitris Bretsimas from MIT. So with this, I would like to take the opportunity to thank you again for taking the time to come here despite the difficult weather conditions, and I will be happy to introduce Michael Karamanis to the stage.